So today is election day and I've cast my vote. And I often find on election days you've got that excitement about hope and potential, but also there's a sort of edge of election blues. It can feel kind of a bit, we've had the big build up, we've heard all the arguments, we've listened to the debates, we've read and we've heard all sorts of opinions locally and nationally, and then it climaxes to the day and then we all wait up late for the results. I kind of feel more than anything today and yesterday that actually it's really important that my focus shifts now to letting go of the strong conviction I have for where I want to see this go, end, start. I want to make sure that my opinions are strong, focused, educated, valid, but that they don't impinge on other people's freedom of speech, of their opinions, that I don't limit people around me to be who they are. And I want to be able just to step back a little bit and see the bigger picture. I was reflecting last night. I watched very briefly on Facebook, there was a live vote where you could place your vote, Conservative or Labour, and there were all these votes coming in and lots of people commenting on the comments. And I read a few of them and I just felt quite sad for what seems and feels like quite angry people, angry opinions, very, very harsh reactions. Actually, there was, some people were very abusive to people that were voting the opposite to what they were. There were also valid concerns and valid opinions. There were some good arguments put forward, but there was a lot of very, what I would call nasty behaviour towards others. I think my real sadness for that is that actually that captures you. It locks you up. If you are someone that cannot step aside from your way of doing life, your opinions, your thoughts, and realise that you think the way you do because of your own experiences, because of your upbringings, because of your influences, because of your environment, because of your social status, because of your working environment, etc., that has made you who you are, and therefore who and how the other people think and feel and vote is due to their own set of circumstances. It wasn't long ago that I truly believed in the institution of church and what that meant. And I've, several years of really asking some big questions, and I absolutely do not now subscribe to that way of thinking. And that's a whole nother vlog, maybe that will follow soon. But I would have thought very differently in those times, and I reacted differently. I was very limited in my thinking. I was naive to a lot of things because of the institution that I was part of. And actually, I want to respect those that are still in that institution and still have the influences on them that I believe are unhealthy and not right. I've been on that journey. They haven't. And whether they are, right or wrong, or I'm right or wrong, is irrelevant. They are where they're at. And it's about choosing to love those that vote in a different way, realising and allowing their own experience to be valid for them. The most important thing, I think, during any election like this, Brexit included, is that it's so easy to feel heartbroken at the thought that your parents, for example, may have voted for Brexit or for whatever. I'm going to just completely expose myself now, but for whatever. Or your best friend might, or your boss, or your colleagues, or even your children may have just voted polar opposite to you. They may share opinions that you find abhorrent, and you actually cannot understand how they could think and believe that. That can be very difficult, and it's far easier to remain in the of that than in the okay, that comes from your understanding, your worldview, your environment, your thoughts. And actually, I don't share that, but I love you and I want to be in relationship with you. And so potentially we need to navigate carefully for a while what we talk about, when we talk about things, and how we talk about things. It wasn't long ago that my sister had a huge falling out with my father for political differences. And I find that sad. I know that there are certain subjects my husband and I have to be very careful about that we don't talk about with family and certain friends and certain people in our community, because it just doesn't serve a purpose for positive relationship and growing together and building. I think more than anything is that now is a time to come together and to feel united and connected. It's a time to practice doing things from a place of love. This week, on 2 days in a row, I've deliberately, from the moment I've woken up to the moment I've gone to bed, I have had a conscious thought in my mind to do everything in love. And it's made such a difference, I can't even tell you. So from, I normally refuse to do the girls' hair in the morning if it's more than once and they don't like it, I won't do it. I've done it. I did it 5 times this morning for one of my children, cooking them the extra breakfast that they wanted. Whatever, having the conversation on my way on a busy day with someone, giving someone time in the supermarket because they clearly wanted to talk, slowing down, listening, being more present, smiling at people, saying please and thank you and how are you, and really being in that, and replying to that email that I've been putting off because it's not that important for now. It just has made such a difference. The more love I was able to give, the more I felt I received, and everything was calmer and happier and more connected. I think I want to continue that, especially now with the various different opinions and votes and ways of hoping for our future. If we stand together, whatever the result, surely that we will have a much better future than if we argue and criticise each other and we get cross at each other, or we cry about the results, or we're angry about the results. The results will be what they will be. How we are in of ourselves is the true gift of our vote. I believe that how I voted was 100% better for our country, for our future, for my children's future, for my own personal future, of where I'm struggling at the moment with the current government, and how I feel things will be better with a big shift. But if that shift doesn't happen and the vote doesn't go my way, there are many things that I can be doing still in my community, in my relationships, in my head and in my heart, that allow me to be free, that allow me to be proactive, be connected, be forward thinking. And I'm not limited by this result, but I am limited by people around me who are angry and cross, and they limit relationship and community. So my real hope today and over the next few weeks is that I can remain in love with people, no matter what their stance and where they come from, and to remember that everyone is a product of their own experience, and I I have changed in my life from being a very different thinker to the one I am now. And I want to remember that as I move forward in relationship.